Dear children, in the previous class, we have completed the lesson, The Fun They Had. So today we are going to start with the new poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. This is one of the most interesting poem and one of my favorite poem because it truly depicts on the life of our choices, how we choose our destination, how we choose our aim, whether it is right or wrong. So this poem will tell you about the life of choice. So today we are going to start with the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. But before that, let us know about the poet Robert Frost, who is he and about his life. Okay, let's see about the poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost. Robert Frost, full name Robert Lee Frost. He was born on March 26, 1874 in San Francisco, California, US. And he died on January 29, 1963 on Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, Robert Frost was an American poet. He was much admired. People admire for his depiction of the rural life of New England. His comment of American colloquial speech and his realistic verse portraying ordinary people in everyday situation. So here he was admired by everyone for what because whatever he used to write, he depict the life of the rural people, that is of New England. Then Robert Frost's father, name of Robert Frost's father, William Prescott Frost, he was a junior, was a journalist with ambition of establishing a career in California, and in the year 1873, he and his wife moved to San Francisco. That is Robert Frost's mother and father parents. Her husband untimely died from tuberculosis in the year 1885. So at the time, most of the people used to suffer from tuberculosis and it was a severe disease. But now it can be cured. Isabel Moody Frost means the name of Robert Frost's mother. Okay, take her two children, Robert and Jenny, to Lawrence, Massachusetts, where they were taken in by children's paternal grandparents. While their mother taught at a variety of schools in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, Robert and Jenny grew up in Lawrence, and Robert graduated from high school in the year 1892. He was a top student in class. He shared valedictorian honors with Eleanor White, with whom he had already fallen in love. Robert and Eleanor share a deep interest in poetry. Both they love poetry very much, so they also share their interest about poetry with each other. But their continued educations sent Robert to Dartmouth College and Eleanor to St. Lawrence University. So they were continue their higher education. For this purpose, Robert was sent to Dartmouth College and Eleanor was sent to St. Lawrence University. Meanwhile, Robert continued to labor on the poetic career he had begun in a small way during high school. He first achieved professional publication in the year 1894 when The Independent, a weekly literary journal, printed his poem My Butterfly. So he had written poem and he has a deep interest on poem. So in the year 1894, The Independent is the name of the weekly journal. Okay, so printed his poem, first poem My Butterfly, and elegy. Impatient with academic routine, Frost left Dartmouth after less than a year. He and Eleanor married in the year 1895, but found life difficult, and the young poet supported them by teaching school and farming, neither with notable success. During the next dozen years, 6 children were born, 2 of whom died early, leaving a family of 1 son and 3 daughters. Frost resumed his college education at Harvard University in the year 1897, but left after 2 years study there. From the year 1900 to 1909, the family raised poultry on a farm near Derry, New Hampshire, and for a time, Frost also taught at the Pinkerton Academy in Derry. Frost became an enthusiastic botanist and acquired his poetic persona of New England rural sect during the years he and his family spent at Derry. All this while he was writing poems, but publishing outlets saw little interest in them. So by the year 1911, Frost was fighting against discouragement. Poetry had always been considered a young person's game. But to Frost, who was nearly 40 years old, had not published a single book of poems and had seen just a handful appears in magazines. So what he did in the year 1911, ownership of the dairy farm passed to Frost. A momentous decision was made to sell the farm and use the proceeds to make a radical new start in London. So he wanted to sell the farm, and with the profit whatever he earned, he wanted to start his new life in London, where publishers were perceived to be more receptive to new talent. Accordingly, in August 1912, the Frost family sailed across the Atlantic to England. Frost carried with him sheaves of verses he had written but not gotten into printed. English publisher in London did indeed prove more receptive to innovative verse. And through his own vigorous effort and those of the expatriate American poet Ezra Pound, Frost within a year had published A Boy's Will. From this first book, such poems as Storm Fear, The Tuft of Flowers and Mowing became standard anthology pieces. So this is the life of Frost and how he began to write a poetry. Though he had faced many hard times, but still he continued to write on the poetry. So this was about Frost. So children, today we will continue with the poem. So before starting with the poem, let's have a reading of the poem. So just have a look of your poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere edges and hands, two road diverged in a wood, and I took the one less troubled by, and that has made all the difference. By Robert Frost. So this was the poem. Children, in the poem The Road Not Taken, this road, the poem, the road symbolizes our life. I told you at the beginning, So this symbolizes our life. The poet says that the path we don't choose in our life is the road not taken. Sometimes we face this, Sometimes we have choices we wish to choose, and the one which we have not chosen is the road not taken. Okay. So here the poet Robert Frost described his feeling about that choice. How was his feeling? Why he has not chosen that road? So here he described his feeling. He had left in the past. The path which we have chosen or which we want to choose, it will decide our future. It will decide our destination. Okay. So here the most important message that the poet wants to give us is that the choice that we make has an impact on our future. And if we make a wrong choice, we regret it but cannot go back on it. So we must be wise while making choices. If you take wrong choices, that means we will be going in a wrong way and it will hamper our life, it will spoil our life. But if you make a correct decision, what it will happen? It will make our life meaningful and it will make our life successful. We will not regret if we make correct decision. So children, now as your age, it is that most dangerous age to make a wrong decision. So please, before taking a decision, you think twice and please have a discussion with your parents, the one who love you the most. So you please make a decision and sit with them and talk with them that you have a choice from the two. So which one you will decide? Don't take a wrong decision by yourself. Okay? Because as your age is not that much that you will understand. You can talk to your mother or you can talk to your father or you can talk with both. Or if you don't want to talk with, you don't want to share with your father or mother, you can share with your friends too. Okay? But make a wise decision. Make a right decision so that you will not regret in the future. Now, as a student, your life is in your hand. That is, you have to study, you have to pursue your dream. If you don't have education, you will not get anything. Okay? So students, I think we have to stop here for today. We will continue the poem in the next class. So we will catch you later. But this poem, remember, it's very, very interesting. Okay? Okay? Then please go through the poem and please go through the poet. Read it. Thank you.